Hey, Dick Upstone for Vegas Pro Insiders Daily. Today is February the 6th as we continue to move through the month. It's been a very good month. Super Bowl was outstanding. Great game, right? I think everybody, well, if you had New England, it wasn't a great game from a betting standpoint, but from an entertainment standpoint, it was very good. And yours truly, I gave it to you last week. Philadelphia plus the points, win the game outright, and altogether was... I think 3-1-1, 2-1-1. Okay, on all the picks, I think that's right. No, 3-1-1, 3-1-1 on all the picks, the official picks on that that were the freebies. So that was all good. Happy with that, right? Make it work, and we'll continue with some more today. We have 4 picks for you today, 2 in the NBA and 2 in college. I'd like to give some props to one of the VPID experts, Sean Higgs, who was #1 at sports capping in the NFL this past year. He had a fantastic season. He continues to do well in the rest of his picks, but he was #1 at sportscapping.com. Congratulations to Sean for an outstanding job. And we might have another guy that might be at the top of the leaderboard too. Kyle Hunter, he's either #2 or #3. Last I looked at sports capping as well in college basketball. Yours truly is trying to make some headway to catch up to him, and we're making some progress on that. But congratulations to Kyle for having a great season. Dennis Macklin's has been consistently doing well, as has Jim McAvoy. So you can become a VPID member for just $99.99 a month. Hey, you know, football's over. It's time to concentrate on basketball. We got March Madness coming up. We'll have the NBA playoffs eventually. We'll have the NHL playoffs eventually. And oh yeah, baseball is coming. What, 7 weeks or something like that? Right around there. And I'm actually, like usual, looking forward to spring training. So become a VPID member. Football's over. Let's go. Let's make it happen in basketball and hockey, okay, in the coming months, and we'll do the same as well in baseball at that time. Now, let's get to some action here, some line moves. First up, Cleveland and Orlando. That's going to be on local TV in those two cities. And the Cavaliers, wow, losers of 12 of their last 18. Their lead just in the Central Division, forget about the Eastern Conference, the lead in the Central Division is down to 2 games over the Milwaukee Bucks in the loss column. And anybody that's been sports better knows the problem with Cleveland has been that defense. It's been awful, and I got the numbers to prove it, exactly how awful it's been. They're giving up 113.1 points per game in losing 12 of their last 18. Whew, no wonder the total on this game went from 221 up to 225.5. And that is also backed up by the fact that Orlando, in their last 5 games, they've been nearly as bad. They've given up 111.4 points per game, so they haven't done a very good job either. So it's an easy over, right? You know what? I don't think so. I got an NBA system the NBA system that relating to teams that play poorly, like the Magic, who are coming off an upset victory over a division opponent, and they're playing a team with a winning record. In that exact situation, the under is 32-9. So that's the direction that I'm leaning on that game, under the total. On TNT tonight, the early game, Washington and Philadelphia, and it's a bit of a mystery to me, I have to admit. Washington's on a 5-game winning streak, and they've covered all 5 of those games, and they have gone up as an underdog from +4.5 to plus either 6 or +6.5, depending on the sports book against Philadelphia. Now, hey, everybody in Philadelphia is happy today. They're smiling from ear to ear. That's how happy they are because of their Eagles. But you know what? There's nothing to smile about when it comes to the 76ers of late. They've lost 4 out of 5, and they're 4 out of 5, and they're 1 of 4 against the spread in those exact same games. Now, I get, based on the situation, you know, Philadelphia comes into this one 30-13 off a road loss. So that's very good, and they're catching Washington, is banged up with some injuries, despite winning. And they played last night, and this is their 3rd game in 4 days. We all know about how that works in the NBA. Usually not a profitable situation, but certainly it's not a given that that's going to be the case. So I'm looking at this. Washington, if I'm getting 6 or 6, if I can get 6 or 6.5, I'll take the Wizards, who are 14-5 as underdogs, and I'll take my chances with them. despite the fact that 80% of bettors are on Philadelphia. Let's move ahead to some college basketball, should we? Let's go to the SEC, where Missouri is going to play at Mississippi. That's going to be on the SEC network around 9 Eastern. Now, in that one, I'm looking at Missouri. They struggled for a good part of January, not playing well, but in the last 2 games, they won at Alabama and beat Kentucky. Now, you can make the case however you'd like about both of those situations, but nevertheless, the Tigers did do that. So odds makers made them a 1-point favorite, but bettors have disagreed, and they have flipped the Tigers over to a plus 1.5-point dog against Mississippi. Now this game is, like I said, it's going to be down the south, and this one, boy, I tell you, in SEC is a good conference. A lot of athletic, really good teams, but other than Auburn and quite possibly Tennessee, any given night, it's literally up for grabs as to what's going to happen. And so, and by the point spread flipping around, that also kind of constitutes what is happening in this one. I actually would prefer to take Missouri on this one, but you know what? Just something about Mississippi. I think they're 9-0 off a road SEC defeat, and when they're coming off a loss of 15 or more points, 6-0 against the spread. So that's got me leaning towards the Rebels in that one. Finally, let's wrap it up, and this is actually a game I'm really looking forward to watching tonight on the CBS Sports Network. Boise State against New Mexico. Now, Boise State's 19-4. They have an excellent team. I have watched them play 3 times. They really shoot the ball well. They're excellent. They have an excellent 3-point shooting team, move the ball around really well. So I really like what they have to offer as a team. But they're going up against a New Mexico team that's only 500, but has been steadily improving and is 7-4 in the Mountain West Conference. Boise State opened as a 2-point favorite and has also been switched. Now they're a 1.5-point underdog against the Lobos. Now, New Mexico, as I just mentioned, they have not played poorly. This is not your typical team, and that's a tough town. I mean, you don't win in basketball in New Mexico, people notice. It's a basketball town. So with that being the case, a lot of pressure on the coach. Like I said, there's been some real headway that they've made, and bettors are backing that up with how they've been playing better. And playing at the Pit is never an easy game. Okay, this team, referring to New Mexico, they're averaging 86.5 points per game. I'm gonna go, even though I like Boise State, I'm gonna go with the Lobos on this one. Also because of the fact that they're 5-1 and 4-2 against the Broncos playing in the Pit. I'll go that direction. So, hey, this is Doug Upstone for Vegas Pro Insiders Daily. I will be back tomorrow, probably with a very similar situation. Hopefully, we got some more winners for you. Just keep building and building and building with some more winners on the freebies, and which might lead you to think that becoming a VPID Inner Circle member might be a good idea. I certainly think it is. So, hey, Doug Upstone, Vegas Pro Insider Daily. I am out.